maybe sleepy for many of us. Yeah, sure. You- Maybe yes, sure. It's a music event. You would like to start, sir? No. So I'll try to my best to keep the session interesting so that whatever, let's say, laziness we are feeling after the lunch, I'll try my best. Coming to the topic of the today's session, it's get your songs trending, right? I hope that it's a relevant topic for both the artists and the distributors and most of us present here. Uh, of course, let's say for the artists, they work very hard on the songs which they create, and they want their songs to be listened by as many people as possible, right? So that's the emotional connect they have, right? They feel emotionally happy. So whatever content they have created, it's reached to the large audience. And of course, for the distributors also, it's very, very important because getting to the top charts or getting the song trending means that you are getting a lot of streams, which ultimately is the more revenue, and then you can further invest that in creating more content for the user, right? So how to get your songs trending, right? Because first of all, it's important to understand the consumption of the songs right now happening mostly on the streaming apps, right? And all the streaming apps basically are powered by the recommendation engine, which is a song recommendation engine. So in today's session, we'll cover just a glimpse of how basically the song recommendation engine works, and then we'll come on the marketing on Wynk, right? So if any song which is being launched, so how generally one can best market that song, and also one of the new product which Wynk has created, which is Hit Machine. I guess few of you in the audience would be knowing about it because it's a product which is more than 6 months old, and already we have done many campaigns leveraging the Hit Machine product. And we will cover then some of the case studies and then the Q&A. So let's begin then. One of the trivia first as we go forward. So any guesses that on Wynk platform, how many monthly active users are there? So how many users come in a month on Wynk platform to listen to the song? 40 million, okay. Little higher than that. More? Anyone else want to take a guess? Okay. So somewhere close to 75, it's basically 80 million, more than 80 million users in a month comes on the Wynk app, right? So now, any guesses for, let's say, the breadth of the catalog which Wynk has, like number of songs which one can stream on Wynk? Any guesses for that number? So it's not that high as 80 million. Any guesses? Less than that, not that high. Closer to that, actually it's more than 25 million, right? And that's the massive scale which we are talking about. So there are 80 million users in a month, right? And then we have 25 million songs which potentially they can listen to. So now the challenge which comes to the any streaming platform is how to, let's say, select from these 25 million songs for each of the user which they want to listen, right? Any user, let's say we are also as a user, listener, a music listener, we don't stream more than 100, 150 songs in a month, right? So out of this 25 million, how should I get the 100, 200 songs which are right for each of the user, right? So that is the massive scale which we are talking about. And then there is an additional challenge that each of the user, they have different profile, right? Some users like, let's say, different language songs, maybe Hindi, Tamil, Telugu. Then they are different genre, different era. Then there are artist preferences. Then for a same user also that, let's say I'm coming as a user in the morning, right? So I'm driving to office. So I want to listen to a different set of songs or genre of songs. Whereas the same user, when he or she is working in the office or studying, the preference changes, right? You want to listen to a different set of songs there. And let's say when you are sitting with your friends or partying, so the set of songs the same user wants to listen to will be different. So for the same user, so let's say for the more than 80 million users, you need to identify each of the users' listening profile. Then for the same user also, let's say there will be different session. And you need to identify what kind of intent that user is coming to stream the music, right, at that particular time. And then accordingly select, showcase the songs to that. Now, one other last trivia. So any guesses on the app rating which Wynk has on Play Store and App Store? Like we know that these platforms give rating out of 5, right? Which is the users basically giving the rating on these platforms. So any guesses like what's the Wynk rating among, let's say, so many music streaming apps are there, and many of them are the international apps, right? Which have like experience of more than 50, 20 years and work on a global scale or across the world, right? Any guesses for the app rating? 4.6, right? So correct. So on the Wynk Play Store, Wynk app has the 4.5 rating, right? And on the App Store, it's 4.6. And if you see that, it's among the top, right? Generally, no one has more than 4.6 rating, and many competitors of Wynk has even less than 4, like 3.53. And of course, getting this, and this is purely basis the ratings given by all these users, right? The 80 million users which we were talking about. Now, what's the reason for this high rating on the platform, right? So one of the, of course, it's the product, how the user comes on, when the user comes on the Wynk app, how the user's overall experience is. And the critical part of that overall experience is, of course, the Wynk recommendation engine which is there. So getting the right song across to the user is the critical part of the overall product experience. And that is which results into the rating which is given by the users to us on the App Store or Play Store or even outside that. And now we come to the song recommendation engine and just cover like how different algorithms are there which basically feeds into the recommendation engine. So just to clarify, let's say the algorithms which we'll discuss, it's not that we rely on only one algorithm or one strategy. It's basically the combination of different algorithms, and apart from this algorithm, there are other things which feeds into the recommendation engine. So this is just a basic overview of how generally these recommendation engines are built. So first one to start with, the content-based algorithm. I think this is most easy to understand for us. So let's say every song, there are different attributes are there, right? The song could be of Hindi language, then there are different artists which is there. So all these attributes we ingest during the time of ingestion on the platform, we put the attributes of those songs, right? So the artist, the genre, the mood, all these things feed into the platform. And then this algorithm basically finds out, okay, how to group different songs, the more than 25 million songs, into different buckets, right? And each of those buckets should represent the similar songs, basis all these attributes which are there. And then whenever a user is coming to listen to any song, and then you have a different bucketing basis, profiling the users, and putting all the users into different buckets, and each bucket again will have the similar kind of users in that. And through that mapping, we are able to suggest the relevant songs to the users. So this is one of the, and now second we are coming to the collaborative algorithm which is there. So this is essentially basically, let's say, there are songs for which, let's say, all the attributes are not there for some reason, right? Or maybe the attributes are not correct. Or even if you have all the attributes, maybe they are not working out. So how the collaborative algorithm works is that it basically finds what are the different set of songs being listened to the same type of users, right? So let's say there are, let's say 1 million users, and the algorithm will identify, okay, these 1 million users listen to similar type of songs or similar genre of songs. So basis that, it will cluster the songs and the user audience. And let's say whenever a user comes from any particular bucket, it will identify, okay, it will find out who are the similar users for that particular user, and then what kind of similar songs they listen to. And basis that, they will showcase the songs to the user. So that is another very powerful algorithm which is there, which feeds into the overall recommendation engine. Now, third is the sequential recommender algorithm. Again, this basically takes the session issue which we discussed, right? The user is same, but at different time, the intent of the user, the same user can be different, right? So let's say the user in the evening coming from the party mind, or in the, let's say, afternoon, little bit relaxed or chill out type of music, right? So it basically bases the user action on the app in that particular session. It tries to find the intent of the user and accordingly showcase the songs to the user. For example, let's say if a user, let's say the algorithm engine or the recommendation engine started suggesting the romantic songs to a user, right? Basis the language or artist, right? And the user skips 2 songs of the romantic genre. So basically this recommendation engine will find out, okay, user is not coming from the romantic intent at this session right now. So maybe it's better to showcase some other kind of genre or maybe some other kind of artist or era of the songs. And accordingly, it will try to learn the user intent from that particular session and showcase the songs to the user. Now, fourth is the co-occurrence based recommender system. It's basically, the best way to understand is the e-commerce example, right? So let's say on Amazon you go and buy some person buys a shoes, right? So the recommender system of e-commerce sites, what they do, the next best thing to suggest to that user is not the shoes, right? The user has just bought shoes. So the next best thing is to suggest the socks for the user maybe, right? So the user is more likely to buy the socks along with the shoes. So that is basically what we meant by co-occurrence based recommender system. And how it works in the music streaming app is, let's say, this algorithm basically tries to find out if any of the user is streaming a song A. So after the song A has been streamed, which is the next song which is being streamed maximum number of times, right? So it will not consider anything else. It will just consider, let's say, after the song A was played, what was the next best song which was played, right? The most number of times. And accordingly, let's say if next time any user or let's say that song A being played, so the recommender system will say, okay, play song B, which has the highest probability of being played. So as I mentioned in the beginning, that the recommendation engines are not based on only one of these algorithms, and even there are like many more algorithms, and there is lot of depth in all these algorithms. So it's basically the combination of all these algorithms and other plus 100 things which goes into it, and also the recommendation engine for any platform, it takes lot of time to basically learn itself, and so that the recommendation to the users can become better and better. So any question at this stage related to the previous slides? Yes, sure. I'm not able to listen, maybe some, yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So you said that the algorithm will work and will like recommend the best song to the user. So as a creator, how do I then make the algorithm work in my favor?
Yeah, we'll cover a little bit of that in the next slides, and we'll see. Right?
Because everything is all like algorithm based. So how do I make my song?
Yeah, sure. We'll cover that in the later slides, and probably in the QA again, I'll answer that in detail. So. Yeah.
I just want to know if I have a song which got released here and it's past 3 years or 2 years, it's a 3-year-old song and it had very minimal playback. Can the algorithm suddenly kickstart and pick up that song, and that song can also have the possibility to get viral? Is that practically possible? Is there some line of code? Maybe it didn't work a year back or 2 years back.
I got your question. Yeah. So the question is basically, just to repeat, because at the back people may not be able to listen to it. So the question is, let's say the song has been released, it's been more than 3 years, and the song may not work that well 3 years ago. But is there a possibility that the recommendation engine can pick that song again? So the answer is, yeah, so the two-part answer is that generally it happens that we have seen, and it happens, I think everyone would have experienced it. Some of the songs, they get trending on social media, right? for no reason. Let's say there's some celebrity posted a short video and people just start listening to that song, right? So, and what will happen that more and more people will start searching for that song on your platform also. So that is again one of the indicators which is used in the recommendation engine. That suddenly, let's say if a song starts getting lot of searches, and search is one of the highest intent that this song is doing good, right? Because the user is coming organically, typing the song name and then playing the song. So the recommendation engine will pick that as a marker and then start basically showcasing that song to other users. And if, let's say, the song keeps on getting the good response from the user, it will start to become viral. And it has happened, and it's basically built into the recommendation engine. And that is again one of the work which the engineering team does to make sure that these markers, all the markers are being covered so that the best songs can be showcased to the user. I hope that I answered your question. Uh-huh. Yes, yes.
Does social media really work? I mean, I'm talking about the sponsored ads, the paid ads on social media. Does it really work? Because the cost of advertising on social media is like 100 times more than the possible revenues. Should the creator ever invest single paisa anymore onto social media?
I'll cover that in the later slide, and that's exactly the challenge which we had, and that is exactly the inputs which we got from our partners also, the distributors, artists, CPs, right? And because of that, we built the hit machine as a product, which we'll cover, right?
Even on organic social
Yes,
also,
yes. We'll cover that, right? That's the one of the core intent of the today's talk also. So just to cover up, so one is we discussed about the recommendation engine, how it works, some of the brief algorithms, right? Now, what are the different properties which are powered by the algorithm engine, right? Oh, sorry, the recommendation engine. So one is, of course, the ML-based recos. So if you see the personalized mixes, you can open the Wynk app, right? So the personalized mixes is completely recommendation engine algorithm based, right? So it is basically for the each of the user, this personalized mixes will be different. And it will be based on the algorithms which we just discussed and many more other algorithms which are there. Then based on your recent activity, right? So here again, the recommendation engine will give preference to the user's recent activity. And based on that, the recommendations will change, right? Because the input, primary input which is given to the recommendation engine is give more preference to the user's recent activity, right? Now third is artist for you, right? Again, it is based on the user's listening profile, which is again suggested by the recommendation engine. Now coming to the search, although search has the different architecture altogether, but again, recommendation engine also plays a key part in the search recommendation, search recommendation also. So for example, user is coming and typing a song A, right? So recommendation engine will also try to suggest what are the similar songs to that song A, which user may end up listening to. Now third is the user library. So user library is basically all the things which explicitly done by the user, like user may download 100 songs, the liked songs, the playlist created by the users. Now one question which may come is like how recommendation engine will play any role in user library, right? Because these are the songs which user explicitly took some action and created the playlist or downloaded the songs. So how recommendation engine plays a critical part here is, let's say user has downloaded 100 songs in his download bucket, right? And as we discussed, users have different set of songs for different intent. So maybe recommendation engine can group those songs better, right? So within download 100, rather than showing song A, song B, song C up to 100, it may show, okay, you can listen to romantic songs within those 100, right? Or maybe the party songs within those 100. So recommendation engine will do those grouping for the user, so that it's very easy for user to consume the from his library, his or her library. Again, let's say if there is a playlist, liked songs, so there is an order or sequence of the songs which is there. Now one simple thing which is done by most of the streaming apps is show the sequence of songs basis the recency. The more recently I like the song, it will come on top. But is it the best way to showcase the songs? May not be, right? So I may have, let's say, liked songs 1 year ago, but I still consume it. And maybe during that particular session, I do want to listen to that song. So recommendation engine should be smart enough to change the sequence of the songs. So one classic case is, let's say, I have devotional songs in my liked songs list. So maybe in the morning, I can increase the visibility of the devotional songs rather than showing deep down those songs. And once, let's say, after 10 a.m. or 9 a.m., get those songs deeper into the liked songs playlist and increase the visibility of some other songs which user may be looking to find, right? So that's how recommendation engine pretty much impact most of the properties which are there on the platform. Yes.
Would you say your recommendation engine is completely AI or it's a mix of AI and manual inputs?
I'll say it's mostly AI, right? The manual part is, let's say, when the song is getting ingested into the system, right? So we try to capture as many attributes which we mentioned with the attribute-based algorithm. We try to capture as many attributes at that stage, and then we have a other property which is the editorial, right? So they always will be there and play a crucial role, right? Because it's not possible to very accurately get the genre of the song just through AI, right? So at the time of the ingestion, the artist or the distributor gives, okay, this song is, let's say, the party song and suited to this particular audience. And then on the top of that, we do have a strong editorial team also. And they also keep on creating different powerful properties on Wynk, right? So it could be, let's say, rain numbers or party songs in different languages or Janmashtami songs. So that is again one of the markers which is feed into the AI, right? So it's basically the combination of humans and the AI. And how basically the manual things work is it feeds or gets their input into the AI. So the better those inputs, of course, the better will be the AI. So now coming to the how to get the initial traction for your song, or basically get your song launched successfully, right? One is, of course, the organic or word of mouth, right? So if, let's say, the song is getting well along with the relevant audience, of course, it will spread through word of mouth. But is it but in today's age, let's say, so many songs being released, if, let's say, one just relies on organic or word of mouth, there is very high probability that the song may miss out in the clutter which is there. And the song may not reach to the targeted audience or get streamed or get the visibility which the song deserves, right? So I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It can work, but the probability will be less. So if the song has potential to become or get picked up, the probability will be lesser if we just rely on organic or word of mouth. And it's important to get the song heard in the initial stages to the right audience so that they sample it and experience the song. And then if the song is good, it will pick up at later stage. So second property is, of course, the traditional marketing, which we discussed, right? It could be the banners or audio ads. So again, banners, like song being a So we were talking about the traditional marketing, right? So song being a audio property, right? You have to experience it. Now by just showing the banner, how you are communicating what the song is all about, right? You just rely on maybe the artist or the themes, but very difficult, right? I'm not able to understand whether by just seeing a banner, how I am able to get whether the song is good or not, or basically suits me or not, right? So banner, not a very effective channel. Maybe for, let's say, e-commerce shopping or different use cases, it's effective, right? I'm looking to buy a shirt, and if I see a relevant banner of the shirt, I may click it and end up buying it. But if I just see the banner of the song, it's very difficult for me to take the decision whether I like it or not, right? So not very effective. Audio ads, which streaming platforms provide, one can say, okay, these are much better than banners, but again, it has limitation. For example, I'm in a session of listening songs, and I, let's say, get a audio ad of a particular song. First of all, the audio ad generally is restricted for 20 or 30 seconds, right? And so if the user likes that song, there's no way user has to take an explicit action to continue listening to that song, right? So not a very ideal experience for the user here again. And other thing is that it's an ad, and nobody basically likes ad. And I'm having a session and I'm listening, let's say, to my party songs, and suddenly ads comes. So it spoils my experience as a user, and I may even develop a negative perception towards that song, even though that song is good. So that is the second problem with audio ads. Now third problem is, let's say, I really like the song, but if I, let's say, want to add that song to my playlist, or I want to add it to my user library by liking it or downloading it, it's not possible. It becomes a multi-step journey because I want to first click on the ad, get the song streamed on the main player, and then I will add it on my playlist or to my downloads. So basically, the repeat streams gets the chances of getting the repeat streams is very less through the audio ads. So that is basically, and of course we have also got the inputs from our partners also that it's not very cost effective because partners end up spending a lot of money and then they just don't get results which they are looking for. So this is all these problems which we got from the partners and we also faced, right? So we put on the whiteboard and started brainstorming, okay, what we can do. And from there we developed a product which is the Hit Machine, right? So I guess few of you in the audience would be knowing about Hit Machine, how it works, or maybe a little bit how it works. But we'll cover it in detail, okay, what Hit Machine is all about. One is the innovative marketing channel on Wynk, right? It's not the works as a traditional marketing which is being done, which is super expensive and doesn't give the ROI which is expected by the partners. Second is that through Hit Machine, the Wynk platform gives the guarantee that we'll get your song streamed to the relevant audience, right? It won't be just like impression-based thing where generally the banners or audio ads work. Okay, you get 1 million impression and we'll pay this much of amount basis 100 rupees CPM and that's it, right? So that's not the commitment here. With the Hit Machine product, Wynk platform is saying that we'll get your song streamed to the relevant audience, right? And at the time of the marketing campaign, our team will ask you, which is the target audience for your song, right? What is the genre of that song? What's the, let's say, target audience age which you are trying to do? Or is there any geographic dependence? So all those inputs we'll take and we'll try to, and we'll make sure that the song gets streamed to the right audience. And also, as we were talking about the cost part, so pay only if the user streams the song, right? So we are not saying that we'll just show the banner and we'll take the amount, right? We are saying that if the user ends up listening more than 30 seconds of that song, right, then only we'll charge you for that. So in a way that becomes the onus on the Wynk also, that showcase the song to the relevant audience only, which is the right audience. And also because 30 seconds is a good enough duration, right? If I don't like the song, I'll just skip it, right? So for us also, from the platform standpoint also, we have to optimize it. We need to make sure that the song's being showcased to the right user. And for the partner, there is a comfort that they are paying only when the user listens to more than 30 seconds. So in that way, it will answer your question also, that how to basically get away from the very, very cost-heavy traditional marketing channels and get to a very ROI-efficient channel, which is the Hit Machine product, which we have made. Now coming generally just to touching about how basically it works. So we discussed about the recommendation engine in a little detail, how it generally works. So basically we try to piggyback or leverage that recommendation engine only. So if we get any song for promotion or campaign, we basically try to, we take all the input markers from the promoter. Okay, what's the target audience, the attribute of the song, the genre, all those things we take. And then accordingly, we feed that song in our recommendation engine. And then all the properties which are powered by that recommendation engine will start acting on that song and try to get the relevant audience or relevant listeners for that song. And if, let's say, the users are liking it, the song will get traction and the recommendation engine will keep on feeding on itself and it will go to the top charts. So, and also because it's the onus on the Wynk platform, we are committing more than 30-second stream. So if, let's say, sometimes it do happen that the song is not working out in the initial phases. So we actually say, okay, we don't want this, we can't do this campaign. And it will be the not so good utilization of the marketing budget. It's better to direct that budget to some other songs because if it's not working, there is no point in doing that, right? It won't pick. And also it's the challenge for us also to get that song streamed for more than 30 seconds. So in a way, it's a win-win for all situation which is getting created, right? So the user experience is great. because we are showcasing the song to the right user at the right time, because we have to give the 30-second stream. And also we need to keep the user experience intact and get those ratings of more than 4.5, which we discussed in the first slide, right? Second is for the artists or distributors. Again, it's a very cost-efficient way. They have the comfort. Okay, if I'm paying some money, my song is getting the audience or the initial visibility of the song. And then for the platform, of course, if the user is happy and the partners are happy, platform is happy. And on the top of that, we are generating some revenue for the platform also. So now we'll discuss some case studies. So as I mentioned, that this product is more than 6 months old, not a very old product. And as we speak, we are still making it more and more efficient and more effective for the partners. But within last 6 months only, we are able to generate some fantastic, let's say, success stories for the partners. And some of you in the audience, and I think like will vouch for others who have not got a chance to experience Hit Machine product.
Can you also promote somebody's song, or only I can promote my own song that I own? What if I want to give somebody, like I'll spend my money to promote some song that I like?
You can. Yeah.
That person need not give me the approval to start spending my money for them, right? Or do you have approval?
Maybe our business team can tell better about that. But from the product standpoint, it can be done, right? But it's just more of a business thing, like whether our business team wants to do that or not.
And also, like you were talking about the initial traction, no? Like you have top 10 charts, top 20 charts. Why don't you have a bottom 10, bottom 20, and just put that?
Sir, there are like more than 25 million songs. So it will take.
But you want to put bottom 20, so it will become inquisitive for the user. For example, I wanted to build some apps like that. So like if you have something called bottom 20, maybe like a hidden gem, and based on that, if some people like some kind of songs, then in that bottom 20, the top song of the bottom 20, the algorithm can pick it up and push it.
Generally,
You can take it as a question or a suggestion.
yeah, sure. Thanks for that. But generally, basically we take it as a cold start problem. So let's say a user is coming for the first time. We don't have any history of the user. Similarly, if the song is getting launched, and let's say we just have the attributes, or in some cases we don't even have those attributes. So it becomes a classic cold start problem. And we don't have any history, how AI will find out. So in that case, we rely a lot on our editorial team, right? So they basically help us a lot in doing that. And second is that if let's say there are any potential of the songs for the bottom 20. So the editorial team should be picking it up. And if the song starts getting the traction, the AI will pick and it will keep on feeding and again will reach.
Just to find the hidden gems.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's effectively 100%, right? So all the songs which are being streamed on Wynk, right? For all the users, the recommendation engine is same. And it works for all the users. So as I mentioned, the personalized mix or based on your recent activity, all these properties are for all the users on Wynk. So potential base is 100%. But then once we start the campaign, basis the inputs which we get from the partner, the audience gets limited, right? The partner may say, okay, the relevant audience is in tier 2 cities only, and the younger males audience, right? So in that way, the audience will get restricted. But yes. So this is one of the case studies. So one of the dance or party song which gets released, and due to some reason for the week 0, in the first 7 days, there was no campaign which was done. And the song was good. It was not a bad song because coming to the top 10 in itself is a good thing. But the point was that with the campaign, which started from second week, the song reached to the #1 position, right? So it gets the opportunity of being sampled by more audience, right? So currently with the no spends, it was being limited to the, let's say the X percentage of users. And with the Hit Machine product acting on, the base of the user base which got to sample that song increased, and basis the potential of the song also, it started trending and got to the #1 position. And once the campaigns end, basically the week 5 which we see here in the white, so it retained its position for a very long time. So in that way it happened that it increased the LTV of the song, the life cycle value, and thus increasing the overall profitability for the partners for that song. Now, second is the romantic song. Again, for this, so I'm specifically taking some few case studies where the campaigns happened after few weeks or days of the song getting launched. So So there are the cases where the campaign started from the day zero also, but then we are not able to see the performance of the hit machine product only standalone, right? So here again, we see that for the initial 3 weeks, the song was in top 10. And once we activated the hit machine, the campaign start kicking in. It reached to top 5 position. Now, this is the example of the romantic sad song which was there. So what interestingly happened that there was a one campaign which was done, and it happened on the second week, and the song reached to top 3 position. Then the campaign was finished. But then the partner was so happy with the performance of the campaign that the partner decided, okay, we want to put more money in the in that song and in our product of Hit Machine. And then again the song started picking. We started the campaign from week 7, and we see that it reached to the number 1 position. And post the campaign also from the week 12 onwards, the position kind of stickiness is there. And the primary reason for stickiness is, as I mentioned in the in the middle also, that once the user is listening to the song, if the user likes that song, user will add to his or her library. He may add to the playlist being created, or the user will download that song or like that song, right? And thus the chances of that song getting streamed once the campaign is over is even much higher, and nowhere compares to the traditional marketing which is being done. So again, apart from the this case study is about the playlist. So many of our partners have their exclusive playlists on Wynk, right? So here their partner wanted to promote the whole playlist in itself. So here again, if we see that before the campaign, the playlist had in total of 30 songs, and before the campaign, the number of songs in top 50 were 4. And during the campaign, those number of songs increased from 4 to 9 during the campaign. And post the campaign also, the number of songs are 6. So this is how the hit machine kicked in and increased the visibility of the songs, and users started liking the songs, and the traction of the songs kept on increasing. And another wonderful thing about the hit machine product is, let's say we fed 30 products which were there in the 30 songs which were there in the playlist. The recommendation engine will also figure out, okay, out of these 30, which are the best 5 or 10 songs where the maximum effort should go. So that again the ROI of the campaign should increase, right? And we are able to showcase or pick the best set of songs among the 30 songs also. So next, coming to like how to schedule the campaigns on Wynk. So you can reach out to our business team, which is here, right? Or maybe write an email to us, marketing@wynk.in. Or maybe after the session during 3 days, we are here. We can discuss, and there's of course a lot of depth here. Generally the campaigns which we do, we have a lot of discussion. Our business team has a lot of discussion with the partner. Okay, what the song is all about, and how they want to basically pace out the song, how the campaign should be paced out, what is the expectation. And in the initial days, let's say the performance is not up to the mark, whether we can do any changes or not. So all these things we do. So we can discuss in detail, and what are the other opportunities, how the hit machine product can be leveraged. So that's it from my side. And happy to answer any questions which you guys may have now. Yes?
Hi. Your
Okay, sorry. We'll come to you later.
yeah.
Yes.
So the hit machine is a wonderful way of like getting your song to the user and making it visible. So like Wynk is one streaming platform, right, where you are getting your campaign done and your song is now trending on Wynk. So how much of your song's success on Wynk will have an overall impact on the success of the album across other platforms? And
So think of in this direction that Wynk has more than 80 million users on the platform, right? So that covers a like very large chunk of the user base market. So if the song is trending on Wynk, it's a good chance that let's say it will spread through other means to other platforms also. It won't be, let's say, 100%, let's say, but definitely there will be a spillover which will happen to other platforms also. Because the Wynk commands a significant share in the overall streaming industry.
okay. And like what are the modes of earning from the Wynk platform? As a creator, if my song is trending on Wynk, how do I earn from those?
I think we have a very wonderful Wynk for Artists program, right? And we have a session especially for Wynk for Artists schedule, and it will be better whether they answer this question. And that's scheduled for tomorrow. You had one other question, maybe you want to ask?
So I have
Day after tomorrow. So, yeah, so Wing for Artists is day after tomorrow.
superb. I'll attend that. So one of my song got released last year,
Yes.
and it got organically recognized by media, and I mean to an extent that Times of India made me headliner for that song. Javed Akhtar Saab gave me a Power Women Award, for the kind of content I have created in terms of video and audio both. And Radio Mirchi, Red FM, they all made me Artist of the Week. So this all comes organically. That means if media and such personalities are recognizing, that means the content has a lot of power. But somehow it couldn't, engage the listeners. Or I'm not a very tech savvy person, I'll be honest. As an artist, you want to concentrate more on creating content and
Correct.
giving all that aesthetics which is required to justify the power of the content. But when it comes to all this marketing gimmick, streams and lining up into I'm not good enough. So somewhere I felt that okay, it lost its attraction on the streams or the listeners or the fans. So one question is this, that can we, what he also asked, कि हम तब जो नहीं कर पाए वो आप कर सकते हैं in terms of marketing to get that kind of streams and fans and giving all to make the song viral because it's already recognized as a power content. And second, that how to do this, because as an artist, it becomes so tough to get into all this marketing.
Sure,
and
sure.
Yeah.
So, to answer your first question, it's a yes. You can definitely do it right now also, right? For any songs. And in fact, we have done campaigns where we promoted some of the very retro songs of Kishore Kumar, right? And what we found out that there is one of our partners had a very strong library of retro songs. And we felt that somehow we are under leveraged on our platform. So we suggested to the partner, okay, why not, let's say, do a campaign on that. And we did get some good traction. It didn't get into our top charts, but definitely if the streaming numbers were at X level, it definitely got a boost from X to X plus Y. So for first question, yes, definitely we can. And for the second, you can connect with our business team. They will help you out for the complete how to schedule these campaigns and how to go about it. They will even suggest, okay, what's the best practices also, and how you should go about planning your, even the new launches or for the existing products all.
So I have held, there are 3 more very powerful songs, which are already in the queue, but I'm not been releasing it because I feel that maybe I'm not capable enough to market the content. I know the
Just here, like Jui and Anurag from our
Superb.
team.
Thank you.
So they'll be here, we'll be here for next 2 days also. You can connect and we can discuss, right?
Sure. Thanks.
Just to follow up with her question, as an artist, I feel, see, I've kind of signed up with Wynk for Artists. I've been releasing about, I think, 4 or 5 songs I've already released with them. And to be frank, one of their question also is I'm actually earning much better than YouTube. So kind of happy with that artist program. But as an artist, I feel I need some data. I need some statistics to really understand what kind of users like my songs. Where are they from? I have no data. Maybe my analytics tool that I need is something that every artist definitely requests. So that, for example, if my dubstep songs are working more, my kind of dubstep is working more, I could make more dubstep songs so that it reaches that same audience base, my existing user base, because I feel artists don't have their customer data.
Correct.
So
Correct.
a little bit of statistics, if we can have, I do not know if it's a business policy, but yeah. So
So you can definitely get touch with our team, Sunny and other team members. And in the longer run, how we are trying, we got this input from other artists also, and even Sunny keeps on chasing us why we are not doing anything about it from the tech standpoint. So we are working on it, and we are trying to build a dashboard where, let's say, each of the user or partner can go and see from where the streams are coming and how they are doing. Right now, we have just built it for the hit machine, right? If we do any campaign, so we showcase the data of from where the streams are coming, what are the type of audience which are listening to. But we are working on making this live for all the artists or partners. But I can't commit when it will go out. But definitely this input we have got from a lot of other artists also, and we are working on it.
Yeah,
But the timeline, I can't commit. But in the meanwhile, you can definitely get in touch with Sunny and other team members. They'll definitely help you out.
Yeah, but it's really a good program. Like
Yeah.
I've personally had a good traction in, like, I think about 1,34,000 streams have been going on till now.
All great effort of Sunny and team.
Yeah, I know. I just texted him today morning.
Yeah.
Like, they were friendly people. Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, this is from the
So
back.
this is sorry for the times up, sir, but when we can take the last question.
Hi, yeah, this is from the back side here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Uh, I have a song coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
What should I do for that?
Just
Straightforward question.
Get hold of our business team right away.
All right, thanks.
And
business
don't
team, I
let them
want to talk
go
to you.
until your plan is final for the marketing.
All right, thanks.
And from the product standpoint, it's very agile. Let's say even if let's say you, so we have done this, right? If you close the campaign today, we can activate it tomorrow. So that's the agility because it's all powered by the automated systems.
But it will be nice if we can use that hit machine to promote some earlier songs.
You can.
I sold it to my record label, but the record label is not promoting. But I don't mind.
You can do it. You can do it.
I don't want you to go to take an approval from them to promote my song. If I pay for it, I need to be able to promote.
I think you can just, you can check with our business team. And also, in case you guys there's a free hit machine product trial we are giving, right? So if let's say any partner who has not got so basically getting the PPT is one thing, right? Discussion. But getting experience of the product is very important. And because we are so confident about the product and we have got so much positive feedback or inputs from the partners who have done the campaigns, so we are giving the free trial, small campaigns maybe for free for the labels which or artists who didn't get an opportunity to experience it. Okay, then thanks a lot for coming here and really appreciated it. Thank you.